I've been sitting a lot on this. And it's hard to put sometimes language to your experience, which is why I close my eyes and use song and singing, and I allow the energy to speak through me. And I speak from within it rather than at it. I don't look at it from outside of it. I go in it, and it is within me, and then it comes out. I think a lot of us have a fear of abandonment for the ones that we love, because I think we've all lost someone that we've loved in some shape, way, or form, whether it's death physically or emotional death where you lose someone you love. And you think, God, I've lost so many people in my life. God, I've lost so many people in my life. And you know, if I'm being honest, I have. I've lost a lot of people in my life. And you think, well, you'll get used to it. You won't be scared of losing people if you lose enough of them, right? But you can't prepare yourself for loss. You can't prepare yourself for loss. You can think you can, but why does the whisper of the fear of abandonment always come creeping in? Why? Why? Where does it come from? An energy that's unresolved. An energy that still believes you're unworthy of being fully loved, and that if you do one wrong thing, you're worth leaving. And so you learn to brace, and you learn to take the bait, and you learn to eat the crumb and follow the rules. And you don't even know what you're doing anymore, because it just becomes you. The fear becomes you. You become it. Because you don't want to lose love anymore. You're tired of losing people. You're tired of hurting. You're tired of saying one wrong thing or doing one wrong thing and losing everything that you thought you had. Aren't you tired of losing people you love? Aren't you tired of not having the control over people staying that you thought would always stay? Aren't you tired, you think to yourself? I think to myself, if I just do enough, if I just am aligned enough every day, if I just make the right choices, love won't go away. And yet it always does, doesn't it? At least that's what my nervous system knows. The program of loss and the expectation of just waiting for the rug to get pulled from under your feet. And I didn't even realize I had this. And now I'm not scared of abandonment. I'm not scared of losing people I love. I'm not scared of new relationships. I'm not scared, but I am. I am scared. I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm fucking scared. And I'm scared because it's like every time you give yourself to somebody, you lose it, right? So what's gonna make this different this time? What am I gonna do wrong this time to lose something that I love? And you walk around with your smile on and you think, I'm not scared. And you don't even know you're scared, because scared has become your normal. And that's the saddest part, is that fear becomes your normal state of being. I didn't realize I had this fear until as of late. I didn't realize I had the fear of abandonment. I didn't think I did. I thought because I've stayed with myself and I didn't leave myself and I built a relationship between me and God, the source of love, I really thought I wasn't scared of abandonment, because I'll never leave myself again, right? I'm never going to leave myself again. But that doesn't stop other people from leaving. That doesn't stop the fear of bleeding. I don't want to bleed anymore from losing people. And yet you can't not connect to people out of fear, right? But do you hold yourself back, or do you doubt, oh, they're not getting back? So just a matter of time, right? It's just a matter of time. When loss becomes normal, I'm for sure lost right now. I can't do a U-turn right here. I mean, the bracing of your body. I think about people who've lost their children, lost their animals, physically, the deaths of people and our animals, and also emotionally, the death and the endings of relationships that are inevitable, that have to be endings to begin new beginnings. We don't think about that, and then you get into your new beginning and you're scared and you hold back sometimes, and you pull back and you think, oh, what did I do this time? And you didn't do anything. But in your head you're going on loop. What did I do? Did I do something wrong? Why? Why is that the first thing you think? What did I do to not deserve? What did I do to get this love taken away from me? What did I do? What do I have to do to get it back? You know that's conditional love, right? I know that. I studied this. But again, I'm acting from a place of fear, living from a place of fear of, shoot, You know, you can't lose love. You can't lose real love. You can't. It doesn't leave over something you do. It doesn't just leave you. That's not love. But yet here we are, conditioned to believe that's what love is, because you've been programmed to know one wrong word, one wrong thing. Feeling pain too deep, being too sensitive. It will take something away from you, something you were counting on, something you loved, something you thought you never lose if you were just enough. And yet, you were never going to be enough. I was never enough. And now I got the program instilled saying I'm not enough. And so what are you going to do to unprogram that program? Be aware of it. Become aware of your fear. I'm not kidding. It says right here, Craft Beer Pizza Arcade, the Abandoned Station. Featuring Narrow Gauge. The Abandoned Station. You gotta be fucking kidding me right now. I'm tired of being scared. And so, how do you not be scared when your body knows what's coming? How do you prepare for loss and still be in the moment? How do you trust what is without fearing of it not being there tomorrow because of what? Is it real love? If in a drop of a moment it can be taken? There's a difference between abandonment and loss. The loss that comes naturally, the cost of loving deeply and losing someone inevitably, is different than abandonment. Abandonment is when someone chooses to leave you. When someone chooses to witness you in pain and watch you and then walk away. That's what abandonment is. It's the, you're not enough, so I'm leaving you. You didn't do enough. You didn't make enough. There's something wrong with you. That's abandonment. The abandonment station. And so when you're around people long enough that abandon you, and you start abandoning yourself to be loved, you start leaving yourself and you start eating breadcrumbs and you start following the trail and you start eating whatever, and you start learning, okay, if I do this, they'll love me. If I do this, they see me. If I do this, this is enough, and they're gonna not leave me, right? And yet they always leave you, and yet you're still there in the same room, but you're alone in it. But you're alone in it. They already left you a long time ago, and you don't even know it, right? And you left yourself, so now you got someone you love that left you, and you left yourself too. So now you got nobody, and that's why in a crowded room you feel alone. Because you don't even have you. Because you left you. So what you have to do is learn how to stay with yourself. Learn how to stay with the fear. And despite the fear, you stay in the moment and in the relationship with whoever you're with and say, even if I lose them, I want to be here with them. Even if it's scary. Even if it's inevitable to lose someone that I care about. Because it seems like love should stay, right? And yet it feels like it doesn't. But then what is that? That's not love, because love always stays. Love remains. No matter what, love remains. Love never leaves you there. And I know that as a matter of fact, because love stayed with me when I left myself, and it's what brought me back to myself. And so there's a difference between abandonment and loss. There's a difference between loss due to abandonment and loss due to the inevitability of living life. And it's something we have to contemplate. It's something we have to be aware of, and it's something we have to be willing to sit with. Do you feel the fear spike when you don't hear from someone in a certain amount of time and think, well, probably just not going to hear from them ever again? I do. It's very normal for me to feel that. I don't get, and I hate that. I hate that for me. I don't want that anymore. I don't want to carry that anymore. I want to set that burden down. I want to put it down and lay it to rest. I don't need to feel that any longer. We can never prepare ourselves for loss. But what we can do is prepare ourselves for love. And so this is the beginning of that preparation.